Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the 2-pack of the Avengers Infinity War Outriders. This is an army builder pack. It is a 2-pack. It comes with 2 different Outriders. So I'm very excited. They're pretty late because these guys were in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, and here we are in 2024 towards the tail end of the year, and we're finally getting some army builder figures for the MCU in the version in the form of the Outriders. Maybe one day we will get Chitauri and not have this cheap basic figure crap here that just kind of fills a void spot on a display. I don't want these. I want those kind of guys, but in the Chitauri. Maybe if these Outriders do well, we will get Chitauri. I have no idea. I can only hope and pray and guess and wish. So we shall see. So this is a 2-pack. It is a fan channel exclusive and Amazon, so you can get it all the best spots and everything. I'll have links in the video description below. But we get this awesome artwork there of the Outriders. We got a couple of different looks. Like there's this general style because we have a different head there. It's kind of a wraparound image. So wrap around that side, wrap around that side there. Looking at the back, you can actually see the 2 different figures there. So we get 2 figures, 3 heads in total. And when Hasbro does something like that, they know what they're doing because they're going to perhaps get you to buy a second 2-pack. I mean, if you're army building, you may already be buying multiple 2-packs. But in this case, you have 2 figures, 3 different heads. If you want to display each head differently, you have to get a second pack to be able to do that. So lo and behold, that's what I did. I wanted to show you guys this in the tray because this is how they come. So you got one standing upright with the extra head there, and then the other one is actually like upside down in there. That's how the tray comes. That is pretty awesome. And then here are the figures because, again, I got 2 of them, and I already took 2 of them out. That's an empty box that we have there. So there are our Outriders. Pretty freaking cool looking. There's not a lot of paint detail on there. It's basically just this like dark gray plastic color throughout the whole figure. A little bit of red inside for their mouth. And then this goldish gold. Yeah, I think I'll call it gold. It's like this gold color that's painted in some areas kind of throughout. And again, we get a 3rd head sculpt there. So basically this one has a wide open mouth. This one is not open as much as that one, and then this one's kind of like a general head sculpt there. I think Boppo22 had commented somewhere that the Outriders, somebody commented, it might have been him, he would know these details, commented that the Outriders aren't technically, like the general had 6 arms and not 4 arms, so that might be a little bit of a difference there, but you know, we can kind of work around through that. That's okay. I think it's close enough. It would be cool, but I'm good with this, you know, that we have it here. They could have single packed it with extra heads, but we got 2 packs, so if you're on an army build, it's actually easier to army build there. So let's go ahead and get in for a closer look at these Outriders. Take a look at their articulation, see how they stack up and measure up against some of the characters from Avengers Infinity War, and see what we think. So we are so close to the 50,000 goal by the end of the year. The subscriber count is going up. I appreciate all of you guys. If you guys are a fan of any of my action figure reviews and haven't already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button now. Okay, so here we have the Outriders out of the package. These guys are a lot. They're so big and they take up a lot of space. So I'm going to be like, you know, trying to figure all of that out. These guys are pretty cool. I will say, however, like the Outriders were like dog looking, right? So they would run on like hind legs and their arms and stuff like dogs would, right? Like 4-legged animals. These guys can't really do that because of where their head is positioned and how it's on there. That's not something that they're going to be able to do. So that is a little unfortunate. Like I kind of have this guy crouched down a little bit, but that's not the best. But there's still a lot of really cool stuff going on in terms of the articulation and the sculpt work of the figures. It's just, you know, being able to get it into a dog-like pose is not really going to happen. But these things are crazy. It's so long overdue to get these army builders. Like, why didn't we get these when Infinity War was coming out? Or when Endgame came out? And why didn't we get Chitauri after Avengers? Granted, back then there weren't as many figures and stuff, so okay, that'll get a pass. But like Chitauri were in Endgame, like why didn't we get him after that? But regardless, here is the day we finally have them. Now, fun fact here, with these Outriders now in my possession, my HasLab Giant Man just shipped out today. I'll have it on Thursday. So as of Thursday, I will have every Marvel Legends figure that's been revealed for 2024, with the exception of the Secret Wars wave. Now, that wave may or may not release in 2024. It's possible that we could see those arrive just before New Year's or just before Christmas, like we typically see a wave each year. But I believe that wave is planned for 2025. But these Outriders are officially now the last figures that have been revealed, announced, whatever, for 2024. Now, MCM London, or whatever it is, the Comic-Con, is happening, I guess, this weekend. There will, in fact, be some reveals at that event. Will they be stuff that are going to release in 2024? Highly unlikely. But we will see some stuff. X-Men 97 Wave 3 has been officially confirmed. So as far as I know, before we even get to November, that is it for Marvel Legends for the year. There has not been a lot of reveals. Part of that is because the MCU stuff had to be shifted. So not a lot of Marvel Legends. Not a lot of MCU, certainly. So here we go. What the rest of the year will look like in terms of Legends, I don't yet know. But with the Outriders, let's go out with a bang. Aside, of course, from the Giant Man, which I may not even review because it's so large. We'll see. Okay, here we go. So there's 3 different head sculpts that we want to take a look at. Here is the one with the wide open mouth, as you can see there. I don't know how these guys see because they don't really have eyes. So I don't know how that works. So maybe I'd have to like go back, and I'm sure there's like a Marvel MCU wiki page that like discusses exactly how the Outriders can see or what they sense, because there's no eyes on this guy. So I don't know how that works, but there's his face, his mouth. I don't really know, but open mouth, as you can see there. That looks good. We get some gold bits on there. We do have the second mouth there. As you can see, it is not as a wide open mouth. It's slightly closed, but still open. And I still don't know where his eyes are, so I don't know how that works there. So that is the second head sculpt that we get. The third head sculpt here is somewhat of a like general type. As you can see here, he's got like these wings to his head there, and he's got these like weird jaw like pinchers kind of deal. So he's got a crazy looking head sculpt, but we only get one of those. Since I got 2 packs and I have a 4th figure, my 4th one went ahead and got that other head there. But otherwise, this is what we get, the 3 head sculpts. So this leader type one, or commander, person in charge, I guess, and then the 2 other like kind of screaming ones. So pretty crazy. So now let's look at the details. The sculpt work on the figure is like insane. Like every bit of it is like textured in some way. Like looking throughout, it's kind of crazy what they did like all throughout the figure. It's insane. Paint wise, it's lacking. There's not a whole lot of paint. Now I'd have to go back and look, and there's probably not a whole lot of paint on these guys other than like when they're trying to go through the force field in Wakanda and they're all like scarred up and bleeding and tearing their skin off and get a bunch of pink colors. But other than that, they're just kind of all black with some gold in there. So at the back of the figure, we do get some gold like on the back of the legs, which is good. And then the actual back, we get some areas. So right in this middle portion there's absolutely nothing, which is kind of weird. Like if you're going to do some down here, you're going to do some up here. Why not do any right there? That was a little weird. The back of the arms, just really basically at the elbows there. Looking at the front, we get a lot more gold in some places, right? So here on the forearms, the shoulders a little bit, the torso, the chest, the torso, the thighs, the calves, kind of all throughout. That looks really good. But texture-wise, just insane kind of throughout. And I don't know if these things are like... I'd have to look it up. I don't know how these things are made, but the line work in their bodies is kind of crazy. So I don't know if they're like actual sentient beings or if they're just like made in a lab somewhere. I don't know how that works. But just kind of crazy. You can see here the legs, the design of the legs is pretty crazy. So look at the feet. So it's kind of one of those crazy leg situation there. But the problem is that does not allow for good dog type movement. So you could get the leg all the way straight out, which is great, but these arms will never reach as low as the legs do. So that's a little unfortunate. And like, even if you like, say you do that, it's still, it's close, but you can't get the head to look out. So that sucks. I mean, you can get it to go out that much. So it's a little unfortunate. But some crazy points of articulation and things going on there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and zoom out and let's take a look at the articulation on one of these guys. All of these guys, just one. Okay, so the Outriders articulation. So the neck, you can actually get the neck to go back a little bit. So the crazy part is that's all the way up. That's not very good. Down, he can go down that much there. Not too bad. So, you know, most characters are going to be much shorter than these Outriders, right? So if you look at, you know, like Cap, let's see, Cap look up, his head's on a dumbbell joint. You can do that. So you look down on people, and then you can have somebody look up to them, as you can see there. So that is, at least we have that. The head is on a dumbbell joint, so you can see that there. It is pretty limited movement. The good thing is you can get some swivel in there, and some kind of pivot going on in the head, which is good. The top shoulders, you can get the arms to go out that much and up, which is great. Full rotation in there. There's no bicep swivel, not bicep. So there's no butterfly joint, but you can get the arm to like hinge back pretty far, which is great. You got an upper bicep swivel in there. Double jointed pinless elbow gives you that much bend there at the elbow. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. Standard horizontal hinge on all 4 of the hands, by the way. The lower shoulders, full rotation in there. I mean, you got the arms to kind of worry about, but full rotation in there. Upper bicep swivel in there as well. Double jointed elbow in there as well, so that much bend there. Wrist swivel, standard horizontal hinge there. The torso, we get the diaphragm and the inverted ab. So the diaphragm, you can get the Outrider to tilt to his left, that much there. You can get the Outrider to tilt to his right, that much there. It would be able to go a little bit more, you would think, but you know, we're hitting those lower shoulders there. Going back, the Outrider can go back that much there. Coming forward is only a little bit, not a huge amount. Now we have the inverted ab, so total coming forward is that much there. Total going back is going to be that much there, which is pretty good. So you could, I guess, let's see. I don't know how much I like that. Bending we haven't even gotten to the legs yet, but the lower knees, it's so hard to get that lower knee to bend, by the way. So just a heads up on that. I mean, you could, I guess, do some dog-like positioning kind of like that, but that's not, I mean, I guess that kind of works, but you would like to get flat-footed on there. But, you know, unfortunately, we can't really do that. No waist swivel on the Outriders, so in order to get them to turn, you would just turn that diaphragm, as you can see there. So good range of motion in that diaphragm. Legs go out that far apart, so full-on splits, which is good. Kicking forward is that far there. Going back, the leg does not go back at all, actually. You have an upper thigh cut in there, which is good. Double jointed knee, but again, that bottom knee is very stiff and very difficult to hinge. So you really want to hinge that first and work that around, and then get your double jointed knee in there like so. It's all pinless, which is good. There's no calf swivel of any kind, but your foot hinges all the way down that much. You get some hinge up, not a lot. I wish we would get a little bit more. You got ankle pivot. Technically have peg holes at the bottom of the feet, but those are very shallow peg holes that will probably not work with any kind of action figure stand. So just a heads up on that. But there we go. Articulation on these guys, pretty crazy. I wish it can get a little bit more into some better crouching poses, but what we do have is pretty good. Okay, kind of on what I started, it's kind of like dog-like crouching poses or attack mode. You know, there's some certain things that you can do. You really have to kind of work with what setup you kind of have going, so you can kind of be able to get him to balance and kind of make it look realistic. It is difficult, especially because of the neck. You can't really get the Outriders to look straight out, which they should be able to, because they got to be able to see or sense where they're going, I guess. So that's really the only frustrating part. I love the way they look. It's just that is the only thing lacking for these guys. But they're big, huge, and menacing, and they're scary looking, which is really cool. But let's see how they look as we stack them up against some of our characters from Avengers Infinity War. I didn't bring out all of them. I only have... I brought out Ebony Maw, and I don't know why I brought out Ebony Maw. I shouldn't have brought out Ebony Maw, but I have Thanos, I have Proxima Midnight, I have Thor, and I have Captain America. So let's go ahead and see how they all measure up. Okay, so here we have one of the Outriders next to Proxima Midnight, and I'm realizing, you know what? I need to just do it. I need to just get the Children of Thanos and take them out of the box set, because I have them brand new in a box set, and I don't want to open it. I know I had reviewed them before, but there was an issue, so I had to get a new set, and it's sealed in a box. But I just got to bite the bullet, cut that box open, and let's get out the better versions of the Black Order, the Children of Thanos. Okay, one big, all happy family. So here we have the children of Thanos with the Outriders, just because, you know, they're all on kind of the same side. I wish we had a Chitauri to throw in there, but this little mini guy, he ain't really going to cut it. Now, Diamond Select, Marvel Select, Diamond Select Toys, did make a Chitauri for the first Avengers movie. I had that figure at once upon a time, and then I ended up selling it off. That would have kind of worked, because that was a tall figure, but I feel like, well, the Chitauri were big. I don't know that they should be as big as the Outriders, but they were bigger than this and look better than this. So now, ball's in your court, Hasbro. Give us the Chitauri, please, because I think that would be amazing. Hopefully these Outriders sell really well, and it shows that the MCU collectors out there, like myself, we want these army builders. We want these characters. Give us more MCU figures. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm demanding. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask for? It could be at times, but hey, we want the Chitauri. If you guys agree, let me know down in the comments below. And then let me know what you think of the Children of Thanos and how the Outriders look in comparison to all of them. They're taller than Ebony Maw, Corvus Glaive, Proxima Midnight, but of course not taller than... Ooh, I forgot his name. Cole Obsidian. I don't know why I couldn't remember at that time. So Cole Obsidian obviously is taller than them. And of course, Thanos himself with his Outrider army. And you can see Thanos is actually about the same height. I know in the video it may look like he's a little bit taller, but seeing them side by side, they are about the same height. And then some comparisons with some of our heroes. Here we have Thor. I did bring out Black Panther because he was obviously very big in that battle because it was, you know, took place in Wakanda. So there we go. So we got Black Panther, tiny compared to those guys. And then we have Captain America there. So these guys are all tiny compared to the Outriders. I wonder if the Outriders were actually made maybe a little too big. Hasbro's never been great at scale. I think this could be another example of it. I feel like they should be big, yes. I don't know that they should be this big. Now, at the same time, this Captain America figure is too short, but even still, well, you know, with Black Panther right there, you know, they're still massive compared to T'Challa. So maybe just a tad too big. Okay, so to close out the review, so here I just have this kind of little setup where we're fighting against Captain America, as at one time he did kind of get ganged up on, and then Thor came in for the save. So a lot of fun with these Outriders. Again, I wish they can get in a little bit more dog-like poses, but I'm having a whole lot of fun with them. They're pretty pricey. What are they, 60 bucks for the 2-pack? They are big, huge figures with a lot of articulation. Not a lot of accessories, as there's 3 heads between the 2 figures, so that's kind of weird. Maybe make it 4 heads instead of that, or just do the 2 heads and then maybe give us different hands or something, I guess. But I'm really happy with them. You guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of these Outriders? Do you think we will get Chitauri? I think this is a good sign that the potential is there. As long as these guys sell, Chitauri may be coming in the future. Fingers crossed. I hope it happens. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Comment, like, subscribe. Your thoughts, and as always, thank you for watching.